Have you ever wondered what happens when a child star grows up? How their life changes and what the world really sees behind the fame? Well, we are going to talk about Dana Plato, the actress who many remember from the classic show Diff'rent Strokes. But what you might not know is that some of her photos have caused a lot of talk because they leave very little to the imagination. Dana Plato's story is one of fame, challenges, and choices that many people did not see coming. She started acting when she was really young and became famous for her role as Kimberly Drummond. Millions of people watched her on television, and she became a face everyone recognized. But growing up in the spotlight is not easy, and for Dana, life after her early fame was complicated. Some of the photos we are about to talk about show a very different side of Dana Plato. These are not the innocent pictures from the set of her television show. These are pictures that reveal a side of her life that most fans did not get to see. And that is what makes them so talked about even years later. Now, let us be clear, Dana Plato was a person, not just a celebrity. And her photos, which some call G-string photos, are controversial because they show her in ways that many people did not expect from someone who was once a child star. These photos raise questions about fame, personal choices, and how the world reacts to people who grow up in the spotlight. To understand these photos, we need to understand Dana's life a little more. After Diff'rent Strokes, Dana faced a lot of struggles. She had money problems, personal issues, and even legal troubles. Many people believe that these struggles played a role in the choices she made later in life, including the types of photos she allowed to be taken. It is important to remember something here. The photos are not just about shocking the audience. They tell a story about a person who had fame too early, who faced real challenges, and who made decisions that were her own, even if some people judged her for them. Dana Plato's story is a reminder that celebrities are humans too, with feelings, fears, and mistakes. When these photos appeared online, many people were surprised. Fans who remembered her as the sweet girl from television could not believe what they were seeing. And this reaction shows something interesting. How we, as an audience, remember celebrities in one way, but often do not know what their real life is like. Even though the photos were controversial, they also sparked conversations about personal freedom and privacy. Dana Plato was an adult, and she had the right to make her own choices. Some people criticized her, while others defended her. This mix of reactions is part of why her story is still remembered. So, what can we learn from all of this? First, fame can be really hard, especially if it comes when a person is very young. Second, the pictures we see online or in magazines do not tell the whole story. And third, judging people without knowing their full life can be unfair. Dana Plato's life had highs and lows, and these photos are just a small piece of the bigger picture. It is also worth noting that Dana's story is a cautionary tale for young stars and fans alike. It shows how important it is to have support, guidance, and a strong sense of self, especially when the world is always watching. Fame can make life exciting, but it can also make it complicated. If we look at the photos closely, they do not just shock or surprise. They also make us think about how fame affects people, about how childhood can shape our choices as adults, and about how society reacts when someone steps outside of the image we expect them to have. Dana Plato's story is more than just pictures. It is about life, choices, and the pressures of being in the public eye. At the end of the day, Dana Plato is remembered for more than just these photos. She is remembered as a talented actress, a young woman who faced many struggles, and a person who lived her life in the spotlight, with all its challenges. Her photos may leave little to the imagination, but they also leave a lot to think about regarding fame, personal choices, and how we see people we admire. Her life may have been complicated, and her choices may have been controversial, but Dana Plato's story continues to spark conversation. It reminds us that behind every famous face, there is a real person with real experiences, just like anyone else. Thank you for watching and taking the time to understand the story behind the photos. If you want to hear more stories about celebrities and the real lives behind fame, stay for more videos.